Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here and welcome back to Forza Horizon 4 for a very interesting drift build. This should be a lot of fun. Now, this is a Lamborghini Gallardo LP570-4 Performante, and it is one of my favorite Lamborghinis they've ever made. It's just such a cool sports car. It's not, I mean, yes, it's a supercar, but this thing is also a sports car. It's very much the essence of a sports car, like in terms of Lamborghini. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little bit out of the ordinary to it, and we're going to throw a drift suspension on it. Now, normally, this would not be done to a Lamborghini Gallardo at all. And with weight reduction, what are we down to? 31. That's 30 under 3,200 pounds. That's not bad. What's it look like with a race cage? Oh, it literally gives it just a roll bar. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. That's kind of cool, actually. I'm throwing that in. That's kind of cool. So we are not going to build the drivetrain just yet because we have to convert it to rear-wheel drive and twin turbocharge it. Now, we're leaving the factory engine in here because I didn't want to, I didn't want to add something else or swap. I didn't want to swap in something else because at that point, it's kind of not a Performante anymore. And oh, yes, you can correct the offset. Dude. Okay, this offset's going to need to be corrected anyway. So, 285s up front. And, well, stock in the back is 295, so we're leaving it. Wheels-wise, probably going to stick some really nice ADV1s on this thing. I'm not really too concerned about, like, wheel weight. So that's why I'm okay with putting ADV1s on this car. But I'm thinking that I kind of want something that's a little bit on the different side. Not too crazy, not too oddball, not too weird, but definitely something that kind of, would suit the character of this car. Because this car is already, sort of different. It's definitely not something you would normally build a car like this for. So I want the wheel setup to reflect that. And I don't think I've found anything yet that reflects that. I mean, I found a few things that kind of reflect it, but not in the way that I kind of want them to, per se. So I'm actually going to go to the end of this list, start from the other end. Work XD9s. The CR Kais actually look really cool on it. They almost, the TC105Ns look so good. Holy crap, I never thought about those on this thing. Yes. Yes, that's like perfectly flush. Dude. That's almost perfect flush. Like, I mean, with the camber, it would, with the camber in the front, it tucks a little bit. So that is just a gorgeous, gorgeous fitment on that car. Like, in my opinion, I think it works really, really well. So build up the drivetrain completely so we have full adjustability, full tunability, and don't really have to be concerned that something's not performing at its maximum capacity. So we've already done everything in the platform, so now all we have to do is power, and I want this thing built. Like, I want this thing built to the maximum extent of what it can be built to. So let's see. Before we touch the turbos and upgrade them to race turbos, we are currently sitting at 778 horsepower and 533 foot-pounds of torque. With the race turbos and the cooling, intercooler piping and stuff, we sit at 970. Oh my god. Stop. There we go. 917 horsepower and 627 foot-pounds of torque. That's not bad at all. That's going to make this thing move. That is absolutely going to make this thing move. So now that that's all done, it's time to get the tune sorted and kind of, dialed in. And then it's time to go out for some real-world, quotation marks there, real-world testing and see how the tune and the car hold up. So we're going to bring this up a little bit to a 410 just because I like to lower the gear ratio of my drift cars a little bit. You guys already know we add that little bit of toe out. The rear is already stiff. We're going to make it a little stiffer, actually. And, wow, the rear is already stiff, so we kind of don't need to be that concerned about it. And then acceleration is going to be up to 100, and I think on decel we're going to put it at about 80. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right out of the festival and give this thing a good, dude, take it for a good rip and see what a Lamborghini drift car actually feels like. A twin-turbo Lamborghini drift car, on a full drift suspension. It grips up in fourth, which is surprising, actually. It grips up a lot in fourth. All right. So this is going to be sort of our main test, right? Well, this is sort of one of our main test areas. And throw it in. Oh, God, that was weird. Oh, God. Wow, even on the stock tire size, like, it struggles in fourth. It actually really struggles in fourth. That is something I was not expecting out of this car at all. I was expecting to rip in fourth. I'm thinking we need a shorter gear ratio. Like, and I guess it's because of, like, you know, where the engine is in relation to everything else. Like, you've got all that weight in the back. But I need to add a little bit more gearing. I'm surprised, but let's go up to a 456. There we go, 456. And we'll see. And then if that doesn't do what I want it to do, I'm going to start tuning individual gears. Because once you start tuning individual gears, then you can really get down to the root of what you're trying to fix. But, see, it's very smooth. Oh, there, fourth gear feels a lot better now. It's very smooth. It's very easy to control, very easy to drive. You just have to actually, you might not think this, but you have to kind of be a little bit mean to it because it's so hooked up in the rear. You have to clutch kick it a lot. You have to be aggressive with the throttle. You have to be on it to make it do what you want it to do. But if you're willing to be on it, and if you're willing to be on it a lot, well, I should say most of the time, it works damn well. Again, you just cannot be nice to this setup. In the big sweepers, though, it's super planted, and works amazing. Oh, God. Oh, my God, that was close. Wow. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Come on. There we go. Having to kind of fight my way around traffic. I'm used to that, though. I'm not sure that this thing is going to be a score monster with this engine. I think if you really wanted this thing to be an outright score monster, I mean, a lot of people are going to get mad at me for saying this, but I think you would be, well, oh, God. I think you would be, like, advised to go to the V12, and to be honest, like, if that's even a swap option, which I'm sure it is, but if that, you know, if that was kind of your goal with the car, then I would say that would be the right idea. But to be honest, I wouldn't do it because I like the challenge of having to work with cars that, you know, sometimes struggle to spin the tires at higher speeds. You know what I mean? Like, this car doesn't necessarily struggle, but at the same time, it's not like a cheat code car. You know what I mean? It's not like some rival to the Formula Drift cars. It's not at all. It's definitely kind of like this weird in-between car where it works well in big sweepers, it works well at high speeds, but at the same time, you're not going to be, I don't think I see this thing, you know, toppling any leaderboards or anything like that. I really don't. But what I do see this thing doing is putting a proper smile on your face when you get it right. Like, genuinely. When you get it right in this car, wow, it's so rewarding and fun. And that soundtrack, man, it's just such an awesome car to listen to. It always has been. Easy, and it's just so smooth. That's another thing too, is it's so smooth. And you always hear people like, oh, mid-engine's not a great platform for drifting. I mean, if you don't, you dare. Wow, I didn't even, okay, you guys saw that. I mean, I may have turned around in the middle of the road, but he had plenty of time to avoid me. I saw him. I was like, there's no way you're just gonna come straight at me. There's no way. And he came straight at me, and that was that. So, with that being said, it is what it is. But, not really worried about that one. I'm just kind of like having a bit of fun drifting back now. But yeah, no, this thing is a blast, and I really, really enjoy driving it. I really do. And I think it's just so rewarding. In fact, we are going to go to an area that I don't normally drift in on video anyway. But nonetheless, an area that is a absolute blast to drift, and it's this mountain pass. And the reason why I don't drift it very often is, to be honest, because it's not nearby the festival, and I have kind of a memorized route that's near the festival that I use for, you know, kind of, it's got the tight sections, it's got the open sections, it's kind of got every section that you want to use to demo a car. But I love coming up here, and for some reason, I feel like this car would enjoy it. I feel like it would work well here. So, already off to a pretty good start. Stay on the road, please. Oh, freaking Chargers, man. That was like the reason we lost our last combo is like a rogue Charger that just kind of came out of nowhere and was like, "Hey, bro, heard you don't like that combo. How about I hit you head on?" While you're parked, mind you. That's the big thing that you need to, like, illustrate there. Why are there so many Chargers everywhere? Good grief. Oh, God, I keep overshooting that corner. That corner, I'm really bad about overshooting that corner. I don't know why. Maybe I need to come and drift this mountain more often. Easy. Oh, God. I'm going to go around that guy. Sometimes you have to get creative with the traffic. You really do. I think oh, God, that was bad. That was horrible, actually. I think the biggest thing, though, that I draw from this car is that you don't need to necessarily, like mid-engine cars being a bad thing is not necessarily always true. It's really not. I mean, mid-engine cars are not this terrible thing when it comes to drifting, especially with the new drift suspension. In fact, they can actually be really, really good, actually, with how much grip they have in the rear, because you can go into a corner with a ton of commitment. You can commit like mad in a corner and just floor the car, and it won't complain all that much. It really won't complain all that much. I mean, it might not be 100% agreeable with you, but it won't complain all that much. Let's see. Yeah, I was hoping we could restart that combo. Not that I'm too worried about it, but it's just kind of nice to have there. It's also nice to have ghosted traffic, I'll tell you what. Like, see, it's just very easy to drive. There we go. Sling it from one side, back to the other. Give it a little clutch kick and forth. Another little clutch kick and forth. Ooh, another. Oh, God. See, it has enough power that in sections like that, the car doesn't fall off. You know what I mean? Like, in sections like this, I didn't even have to clutch kick. I just kind of stayed on the power. In that section, I e-braked and clutch kicked, but there's certain sections where you'll have to do that in any car. I mean, unless you're in, like, the FD Viper, which the FD Viper is just kind of, it's just crazy. Like, you can stay in fourth in a straight line, and it'll pretty much spin for forever. Then again, it's a 4-speed, but still, it's a 4-speed with a NASCAR transmission. Well, a 4-speed, not with a NASCAR transmission, but a 4-speed, just 4-speed NASCAR transmission. And then here's where we see that even coming downhill, this thing does still struggle a little in fifth. Fifth is not a happy place for this car. I mean, with a little bit of gear tuning, it might be, or it might become a happy place for the, oh, no. Oh, my, I do not know how I saved that. Or really, I do not know how the game didn't take away all my points. I'm okay with it, though, because my God. Yeah, but, like, when it comes to rewarding cars to drive, I like this thing. I like this thing, and I like it a lot. It's a freaking blast to drive. And I actually really recommend giving it a shot and building one. But if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to click that like button. Tell me in the comments below what y'all thought of it. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to y'all later.